all musicians need to kind of portray an image, and obviously they have stylists and stuff, but those individuals, Timothée Chalamet, Dua Lipa, and Harry Styles, they have taken fashion and made it a part of communicating and expressing who they are. They have also developed deep relationships with key players in the fashion industry. So in the case of Harry Styles, he works with the stylist Harry Lambert, who's also been added to the list. Dua Lipa has developed these very close relationships with brands like Versace and Mugler. Timothée Chalamet is known for the deep interaction and connection he has with the designer Haider Ackermann. So it's not just that they're using clothes to express who they are and connect with their fan base, they're also really developing relationships in the industry. Each of those people is using fashion to kind of push things forward because they have these massive platforms. When someone like Harry Styles, dresses the way he does in a more kind of gender fluid, expressive way that maybe not often seen on a male pop star, everyone sees it because he has, tens, if not hundreds of millions of fans around the world. So when people use fashion to kind of change the way we look at the norms around how we express ourselves, we think that's really powerful too.
Timothy on the right! What's up?
When he wore most recently that backless red look on the red carpet in Venice, I mean, it stopped everything, right? People had never seen a man wear something like that on a red carpet before. And I think, sure, it creates an explosion of attention on the internet, which is one thing, but it also, as I was mentioning earlier, it also made people think, well, why shouldn't someone who identifies as a man wear something like that? Why shouldn't he take this bold direction that maybe opens up opportunities for other people to do the same? And so we like people who are like really, especially in this kind of models and muses category, which you're asking me about, people who are really pushing fashion forward in terms of gaining broader acceptance around things like gender in the mainstream pop culture and wider society. Kim Kardashian has been a mainstay of the red carpet for many years now, but this year we included her on the BoF 500 because of the business she's building. Skims is undoubtedly and indisputably one of the most successful new businesses in fashion to have launched in the past few years. And I know she's a controversial figure, but having sat down with Kim on a number of occasions and spoken to her about the way she thinks about her work, she's the consummate professional. She shows up on time, she puts in her work, and all of that hard work has really paid off in the kind of success that she's seeing with Skims. And I think credit where credit is due, really. The company is worth more than $2 billion now. And so all of that in such a short space of time. So she is on our list this year as an entrepreneur. Obviously, there's a lot more representation from Gen Z. Back in 2013, the Gen Z cohort was still very young, maybe not yet entered the kind of professional stage of their lives. Now we're seeing the impact of that Gen Z cohort who are driving not just conversations around, you know, sustainability and inclusion in fashion, but also who are building new ways of expressing themselves as creators or influencers. One of our cover stars this year is a gentleman named Khaby Lame, the single most followed person on TikTok. He is 22 years old. He has 150 million followers on TikTok, and he's developed his own way of engaging people, which is through humor and not by saying anything. And, you know, that has caught the interest of fashion brands like BOSS. So 10 years ago, we wouldn't have had someone like Khaby on because he was only, what, like 12 or 13 years old, you know? So I think it's certainly got that Gen Z cohort represented, and the list is more global than ever.